is the number one reason that neurodivergents are scared of relationships. And I want to talk about this because relationships are one of the most important things that we have in our life and are one of the highest contributors to overall life satisfaction. Hi, I'm Dr. Craig. I am a neurodivergent and osteopathic physician and a love, life, and everything coach for neurodivergent individuals. Why are we scared of relationships? And I think this has largely to do with how we process relationships and how our bottom-up thinking really gears us to people into very coarse relationship categories. So the social distance, or sort of the emotional proxemics of a neurotypical, is always fluctuating. People kind of spiral in, people spiral out. There's some element of context to it where individuals, it's much more of a bucket. So basically you have the people I don't know bucket, you have the acquaintance bucket, you have an I don't like that person bucket, and you have a very close bucket. Sometimes you have a family bucket, or like a partner bucket, or like an inside the household bucket, and then a friend bucket. But there's really defined categories, and once somebody's in a bucket, it's really hard to get moved out of and into another bucket. And usually there's even some conflict with that. So let's say that you have a very close friend that you have conflict with, and there's a lot of bad emotional energy. They may still be in the friend bucket, but thinking or interacting with may be so painful that you may not be able to do it. So in general, once somebody gets put in a bucket as a neurodivergent individual, they stay in that bucket. And as a result, because we've had so many less than positive social interactions, what tends to happen is we tend to be very fearful of putting somebody in a bucket. So actually being able to be sensitive to and aware of where other people consider you, and actually being able to shift buckets and create gradients as opposed to just blind camps and very concrete rules can be amazingly useful. And really understanding context can be amazingly useful, especially if you're already an excellent neurodivergent communicator. So those are my thoughts for today. If you want to learn more about this, then comment, activate, and watch my masterclass. As always, like, share, and follow, and send this to a neurodivergent in need.